Bitcoin is not trustless. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust someone will buy it in order to use it. Bitcoin advocates don't even use it as a medium of exchange, which means you have to trade it for real money in order to spend it in the real economy. You are always a slave to the current market price. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust exchanges won't steal it in order to sell it. Security through obscurity was Soviet policy. Open source software pioneers took the opposite approach. Ironically, many current-day open source advocates are shilling for opaque crypto companies, hiding their balance sheets with very Soviet-sounding excuses. Even if you find someone willing to trade goods or services for your Bitcoin directly, you still have to trust they will honor the transaction, because if they don't, you can't get a refund. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust someone to approve your transactions. Unless you want to give someone the key to your entire wallet, you can't actually send Bitcoin to anyone without the blessing of the mining network. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust everyone on Earth to respect your personal property. If someone steals your car and ships it to Nigeria, you aren't getting it back. If someone steals your private key, secretly or through brute force, you aren't getting it back. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust everyone on Earth to respect your privacy. The blockchain is not private or anonymous. If you get doxed, your entire transaction history will be accessible to everyone. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust the people who made it and maintain it. The crypto community is filled with people who don't know how computers work and can't write software, using computers and software made by others, while simultaneously claiming they don't trust anyone. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust the government to leave you alone. Laws and regulations exist for a reason. You may think the internet is outside their reach, but you probably don't know how the internet works anyway, so what you think doesn't really matter. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to trust evangelists to keep the faith. If everyone else loses confidence, the game ends. You need successful propagandists or you lose everything. Bitcoin is not trustless if you have to live in a world filled with people who don't use Bitcoin. You can't eat Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is only 1% of your life, you still need the other 99%. Bitcoin doesn't absolve you of responsibility to live in a society with other people who aren't in your community. Bitcoin is not trustless, but that's okay, because trust isn't a bad thing. You don't want to live without any human interaction, and human interaction requires trust. A healthy life requires trust. Economies thrive on trust. The more trust you have, the more safe you feel. The more safe you feel, the more you will participate in the economy. Trust is good when it's deserved and earned. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. It really does help get this channel more exposure and keep me motivated to produce more content.